Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we're going to be finishing off the comic book wall. Zooming in, we really didn't get to look at the comics that were on the wall. And today we're hanging up the superhero wall. This is everything that's come back from my other office. And we'll be adding the white backings in. You can see it pops with these other three picture frames. And from a distance, you don't really notice the ones without the white backing are comic books. So we'll be taking all those off the wall, putting in the white backings for them, and then we'll be moving everything around. From the other side of things, let's have a look at the strips, the LED strips that I've got installed. I didn't really do a video on how to install them because I didn't think people would be interested. But the one thing I have found out with having these up for a week now is the top shelf, or the ones at the top, because they have this cable on the left-hand side that goes down into a USB adapter. So I've got one for the bottom and the top going into a Apple charger, then goes into an extension cord. So that's all the behind the scenes. But because this cable hangs from the wall, you can see I've had to add a bit of sticky tape to it because it did pull it down, and I lost about 30 centimeters after about an hour. It came down. So it has come down again. I think the tape didn't hold and I just had to fix it up again. So it does say, and when you get the LED lights out, you just roll them out like it's a cable. And then on the back of it is a 3M command strip like you'd find on the back of the comic books. And really you just lay it on it and just push it down and just lay it down. And the 3M, you'd expect to hold it there. So it did do a good job for the first half an hour, but with that weight, it's something you need to maybe look out for. So today's video, like I said, we're doing the comic book wall. Down here is the comic books. There's 16 in there. There is one minor surprise to show later on. And then from there, this is sort of like the first little surprise. A lot of people saw this and was like, wow, I actually bought the book V for Vendetta and this came with it. And I watched the movie, I've never pulled it out. So it's still in plastic. On the bookshelf, everything on the first two shelves are wrestling. So this is all my wrestling collection. I've counted them up just before I did the video, and I have 65 wrestling books all up. Some of the obscure ones is like this one here by Leaping Lenny Poffo. That's part of his, and one that's not up there. It's a comic book from The Undertaker. So that's just down in the next section where I've got a whole heap of comic books, Walking Dead and so on. But for a later surprise, I won't show you anything, but for the first surprise relating to the wrestling, I'll have to go this way. I've got an empty wall over there, and that's going to be where the desk is going. So on that empty wall, I'm going to hang my WWF wrestling belt. The belt is quite heavy, actually. I'm sure those commander strips take 7.8 kilos. And, you know, holding it in one hand, I reckon that thing's a good, maybe 10 kilos. And I've just tried to open it up. Because it's in that circular side of things and it's leather, it hasn't straightened out fully yet. So I'm going to have to leave it in the sun tomorrow just to let it flex a little bit so I can get it straight before I hang it on the wall. But tonight, we're going to take all these down, get all the comic books out, set up the wall of superheroes, put the white backings in those, fix up the bottom. That's the project for today. And it's slowly being pulled down. So as you can see, These are the Commander strips that were on the wall. I went from using the full-size ones to chopping down the biggest ones in half. And the biggest ones in half came off the wall quite easily. So you can see this is how it is. These things coming off the wall at the other house, no marks at all. They came off like butter. And yeah, so 0 marks in the previous wall. Let's take some more off. Let's add the wall of superheroes first, and then I'll get in and do the bottom wall and take the bottom parts out. And welcome back. You can see I've got a little Himalayan goat up here at the moment. Hello, darling. Can you please hop off and go over there? Go and hop in your little spot while I do all these. So my little girl's getting older. I think she's what, 7, 8 months nowadays. So, all right, I thought I'd change these in front of you. As you can see, look, it's a comic book I've never read. I've never heard about it until I looked up as in March of the year I was born. And The House of Secrets, very interesting. But look, with that, without that white backing, that comic book isn't popping off what's it called? Not popping off the background, not popping off out of the frame. So let's get this changed, and we'll just show how well and how easy these things pop off. So guys, as you can see, we're doing a comic book wall. I've got a wall that's got a bookshelf on it that's got all my books in it. You know, these things make me happy. You know, I've read, out of those 65 books, I think I've read, it's in the 40s. I know I've read into the 40s. I thought I had like 48 or 50 in it, but yeah, I've got 65. So I know there's some, like, I've just got the Hornswoggle book and the AJ Lee book. So those things, those books will be ones I'll be reading very soon. So as you can see, it's a nice comic, but yeah, as soon as I put that white backing in, it's going to look fabulous. So yeah, and then you see I've got a third wall that I only just found my wrestling belt, and I was like, that's it, I'm going to put it in there. And so that has then got my desk underneath the it's got my desk underneath the window. But then I've got a fourth wall that I haven't really shown anyone because it's blank and I don't know what to do with it. So if you've got any ideas of what to do with the fourth wall, I've got a cabinet, but I don't really collect figures. I have a few figures out there, like Uncharted and Homer and stuff like that, but it's nothing that makes me excited to put up in my office. And so, yeah, I'm thinking, give me a few ideas. What should I put up on that third wall? And I'll definitely make a video about it. Okay, so without the camera sliding away, as you can see, the comic book has come out nice and clean. It's nice and crisp with that extra white background in it. It's just going to pop off the shelf. So I've got another 11 to do. We'll go back in and we'll get the comic book wall underway. Okay, back in the office. The box is empty. All the comic books, as you can see, have white backings, and they're in some type of order of what type of category of comic they are. So I'll get back up. We'll hang the first 2 rows, and yeah, hopefully we'll finish this off. Let's start a montage. All right, as you can see, the wall's half done. It's gone quite quickly, looking good. This is the empty wall that I have no idea what to do with. So I'm going to have a cabinet put in here, one of those glass cabinets. You can put things in. I think I have like a SpaceX rocket and Rick and Morty Monopoly set and stuff like that. But I'm not sure if that's things that I want in my office. So yeah, give me some ideas. Also guys, like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And as you can see, there's a surprise. The one that's going right in the middle there will be the one that'll be going in last. So let's get in. Let's hang these last lot of comics on the bottom 2 rows, and let's reveal that secret comic book. Okay, and there you go. They're all hung, all except that special one for the middle. But I'd definitely like to give a shout out to 3M. I've gone through 2.5 of these packets. So yes, I think if we count them all up, there's 16 and 15, so 31 comics all up. I did think I had a few more. I know there's a gap on the side here that I might fill up eventually. As you can see, look at that. The tape's fallen off of that top LED, so I'll be getting onto that and making sure I have stronger tape, because that was just Kinesia tape for my knee. But the strength of things, let's have a look at this, because I have hung the WWF belt. That is a massively heavy belt. The big strip said they hung 7.8. Overall, I stuck 4 strips on it. Like I said, the belt was very heavy, and I just don't want it to fall off. I want it to stay there forever. So I've got one at the top and then down the sides in the middle. So yeah, hopefully that'll hang on a bit longer. So last but not least, what am I putting on the wall of superheroes? Well, at the top you can see there's Spider-Man and there's Batman. In the middle there's Superman, Fantastic Four, Justice League, Avengers. What am I missing in the middle? Well, everything is from the month and the year I was born, all but this one. Action Comics #1, the first appearance of Superman. So as you can see, Superman's either side. I was a Superman kid, my brother was a Batman kid. So I think I'll have an exception and put this one on the wall of superheroes. This is a Loot Crate comic. It's not one of the $1 million comics. I think this is probably the most expensive comic that's going on the wall. And it did cost me $50. But like I said, this was my plan for the last couple of years to get this wall up. I've had a smaller version going at my mum's in that office, but yeah, this is everything finally put up, and yeah, let's hang that Superman comic now. And there you go, that's it. Superman's hung in the middle. As you can see, it's a newer comic. It definitely shines out, so that is good. I'll put up some pics of what's on the wall at the end of the video. So I hope you liked the video. Give me some comments of what I should do with this blank wall behind me. If you think I should stick up some posters or anything like that, I'll be up for any ideas, really. So like I said, a happy working environment. Yeah, it's been good. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.